actually helped found the VA. It was the veterans who struggled who actually helped found the GI Bill. We all deserve the dignity of a well-being in this country, the richest country in the world. We all deserve health care and quality education and to put food on the table for all of our children every single night. Period.
We have thought about it. We could have planned the entire.
If it wasn't for the veterans, if it wasn't for the mass movements of the 1930s and the 1960s and the 1980s and today, we would not have the recognition that we've been giving to veterans. When you go on the sidewalk in the streets and you say thank you for your service, this is because of the veterans movement. This is because of all the strength and the power and the responsibility that you've given to the country. It is not because the billions decided that they put you in combat. It is not that they decided that they are going to put a lot of money into war at the expense of families. But it's because that you decided to stand up and you decided to do what you needed to do to come out and say no more discrimination. No more impoverished veterans. No more starving veterans. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
Show me what unity looks like.
This is what unity looks like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first speaker. We want you to listen up. We have our first speaker named Don. Don will tell you his story. He's been with the Army for 30 years. Please listen to the story that Don has to share. Thank you for being here.
My name is Don Holiday. I'm a disabled vet. As we know, many of you here have taken years and years to get those claims settled, to get benefits, to get those things you need. And now, our government wants to cut 80,000 jobs from the VA. What will that do to not only the VA centers, the veterans that are here today, but the veterans of tomorrow? We have got to stand up and end this. We have got to fight for our rights, our benefits, and all those things that we need today as veterans, but what the veterans of tomorrow are going to need also. So I think we need to keep it going. We have to keep it going for us and for our veterans. Thank you all very much.
When Trump says get back, we say fight. Trump says get back, we say
Fight back.
Trump says get back, we say
Fight back.
Trump says get back, we say
Fight back.
Fight back.
Fight back.
Fight back.
Back.
Trump says get back, we say
Fight back.
When Trump says get back, we say
Fight back.
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 Back.
Fight back.
When the VA is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the VA is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
worker. John is a retired VA worker, Air Force veteran, as well as a disabled vet. Please give your round of applause and respects for John.
Good afternoon, all my fellow veterans and their families and supporters. It's so great to see you all here. I know each of you remembers that day when you took the oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. It was a very special day, wasn't it? Well, we didn't take an oath to a king, and we didn't take an oath to Rasputin, the king's right hand. They're both draft dodgers. They're both draft dodgers. They were too cowardly. I am an Air Force veteran. I'm a third-generation veteran. My son is a fourth-generation veteran with 2 shots. In the Marines, I wasn't really in the service. I was in the Air Force. We're both enrolled at the VA. It gives us what we need without any problem. Now, as a patient advocate at the VA for years, I dealt with veterans when they were at their worst, when they were frustrated, physical disabilities with the system. We worked to get the veterans what they need, and now the people in the White House want to take that away from us. In the past, we've had people in the White House who look down these veterans. But let's face it, folks, the fox is in the hen house now. Any of you that have ever heard Donald Trump speak know that he is stubborn about the hammer. He is not the one that's making these decisions. We have a person who lives in South Africa, those candidates, they are illegally on a stoop, he said, never let them go. This is who's making decisions for veterans? We can do better than this. Thank you again for being here. We gotta keep it up, folks. They are counting on you being quiet. Look at what they did to Columbia University. They knew the campus unrest was what settled the Vietnam War ultimately. They want us to be quiet. They want to be able to do this without notice. We cannot let that happen. We must stand up.
When veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When VA is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the VA is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Fight back. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. When Trump says fight, when Trump says get back, we say
Fight back.
When Trump says get back, we say
Fight back.
Trump says get back, we say
Fight back.
get back.
Fight back.
Stand up.
Fight back.
I ordered this last week. It arrived
When
last
democracy
night.
is under
Perfect
attack,
timing.
what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When democracy is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the VA is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the VA is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the VA is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the VA is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Stand up.
Fight back.
democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
How veterans are treated in Western North Carolina after the hurricane. They don't get any FEMA. They don't get any benefits.
This is what unity looks like.
No, I'm not a veteran. We were passing out
Ladies and gentlemen, I want
water
to
and
introduce you to
food
our
after
next
the hurricane, and
speaker.
I went to a hotel.
Her name
where
is
300
Mara
veterans,
Keller.
basically, 3 per room, no showers, water contaminated, and they weren't getting any FEMA. Asheville. Yeah, after the
Mara
hurricane.
Keller is a
No, it is in
26-year veteran with the Army and a VA employee. Please bring her up to stage.
Veterans home, 300 poor homeless veterans living there, and the whole home was destroyed. And then they were staying there.
My phone's on here. Can you hold this?
I don't know what after I would use my patience. I would work. Can't go anywhere. They could not get what they
You can grab this out of my hand and I'll grab that out of here.
trying to help. I knew that there was another
see you later.
50 that were not getting the help again. Now, one of the things here at Atlanta VA, we were fortunate. It forever get into an island. Now they want to cut them. They want to cut them back to 2019 rates. But during that time, we had the PAC Act. We have added over 780,000 soldiers. For our fellow veterans, and not vets, were stationed in Oregon. And now, we're not going to get them. Cut it, they expect to break it. This is going to hurt all my veterans in the rural areas. They want to privatize. It's all, the discussions are out there. It's part of Project 2025. So they don't go into don't know what they're trying to do. Our veterans depend on, and I'm going to continue fighting all the way through 2026. If there's anything that I can do, I will still work your issues. Still have connections at the VA. I still have connections on. We are not going to stop. We are going to win. In Vermont, females. We are not going to erase our females. No matter how you them served. We are not going to have to erase either.
Yes! Woo!
You are not going to erase either.
No!
Know that I am here for you.
Yes! Yes!
When Trump says get back, we say
Fight back!
When Trump says get back, we say
Fight back!
Trump says get back, we say
Fight back!
When Trump says get back, we say
Fight back!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mara is correct. The VA is absolutely under attack. How can you stand here and tell me when the defense budget in this country is increased every single year, the VA is chronically underfunded?
Yes!
How is that possible?
Yes!
How are we almost at $1 trillion every year for the Defense Department, but our VA lines are out of the door?
Woo! Yes!
How come people's cases can't be heard? How do we have unemployment at the rates we have if we can put people in the VAs?
Woo!
The VAs are actually, they were designed because the veterans stood up and they said, we need some remedies. We need some justice.
Yes!
We need acknowledgement that we went overseas to fight for this country and we came back with a limp. We came back with PTSD.
Yeah!
We came back with cancer. We came back and we lost our family members. We lost our income. How is it possible in the richest country in the world that $24 billion in SNAP benefits are given to veterans every year? And yet, the veterans community makes up a high percentage of those who are homeless. Where are the priorities? We have over 20 million veterans in the United States, and 60% of families have at least one person in their family who's a veteran. That means this is intimately connected to each one of us. If you look around you today, you might see some familiar faces, but you also might see some new ones. I implore you today to not leave here without introducing yourself to the people next to you. Get to know their names. Get to know their stories. You know why? Because if we don't tell our stories, the ruling class will not tell our stories.
Yes. Yes.
The ruling class will not tell our stories, but they will say thank you for your service, you unknown person. We need to have a face and a name. We have our struggles, and we share all those struggles. If you have to eat every day, if you have to sleep every day, if you have to have someone to help you bathroom because you're handicapped, because you need something to be dependent, that's something that we all can relate to. Each one of us is going to grow up one day and become a senior citizen. We need to respect our elders because we will become one of them one day.
Yes.
It's all common sense, right?
Yes.
Amazing to see everybody out here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, I want to introduce you to our next speaker. He's a veteran with the Navy, Eric Bell. Please give a round of applause for Eric.
What's going on, veteran?
That's my right foot.
Not fair that we live in the richest country in the world. We have veterans on the street that are homeless. They can't find health care. They can't find physical health care. They can't find housing. They can't find a simple doctor or a simple therapist. But we have veterans that have fought for this country. It's the young time. We have to gap. The have and the have not. Declare our freedom, to protect the freedom, the simple freedom, just simply on it. The simple freedom that Americans have walking down the street without bombs. The simple freedom that our children have without going to schools and ducking from atomic bombs and raining fire over themselves. I'm happy that we're here. My right is representing Kim Schofield. That always stands in the gap. Now the people who want to live. Not only in Washington, but in Georgia. Under the gold dome, you can call this place your home.
Yes.
Veterans.
Woo!
Under the gold dome, you can find your house and home. You live there. You like to call this the people's house. This is the veterans' house. This is the Navy's house. The Army's house. The Air Force house. The Blue House. The Coast Guard's house. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making your voice heard. Thank you for singing songs because the outsiders do not rule, the people rule. Don't talk not rule, the people rule. You are the people, so you have the power. Thank you, and I yield the will. All right.
Good afternoon. I'm today representing Ethiopia. I have to be inside and I heard the power of your voice on the inside. Outside. Allies in this government, I apologize for all of the misrepresentation, all of the hurt and the pain that this government has caused. All veterans without you have nothing.
Thank you.
stop until they stop that foolishness. I fight for health care all day, every day. So that you have access to the things that you need to not just survive, but to thrive. So thank you. You continue to stand this mission until we keep saying, don't give up, don't let up, keep speaking up, keep standing up, and keep showing up. Representative Scholars, remember something else. It stands for keep it moving.
This one is
Yeah, it keeps on
Donald Trump has got to go! Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, I never introduced myself. My name is
Oh, it's still
Zach.
recording. It's still
I work in the film. I'm losing my voice. I moved to Georgia from Kentucky 10 years ago because I knew that Georgia had a very competitive tax incentive for the film industry. And I'm a union worker. And it's because of my union appointment that I've been able to have steady income and health care and a pension. It's very difficult as a person, I guess, as a millennial, to have those types of benefits these days. And I would say a lot of federal workers maybe were immune to that until about 2 weeks ago. But what we realize here is that everyone is precarious at some point in their lives. And the only time you will actually be able to fight and what we deserve is when we come together like this, across demographics, across elites, when we are unified behind an action like this, which is that we need to recognize how are to our livelihoods every single day. Veterans touch each and every one of us, whether we know it or not. And it is our responsibility to make that connection. I quickly want to say that I am the son of my father was in the Air Force for 20 years. I moved 8 times before I was 16 years old. I think a lot of people can understand that. Being moved every single year and not knowing what the next year will bring. And I remember proudly on a military base. We had mold in the walls. And we didn't have running water sometimes. And I wondered why, when I was a kid, how active GIs could be treated in these shoe boxes when they're doing such a service for our country. Bravo! Now we have the largest military budget in the world. Actually, we have the largest military budget, more than the 10 next countries combined. And yet, GIs and families have to live in multi apartments, in townhomes, and shotgun homes. So I want to give it up to our next speaker who can relate. Meredith is also the eldest of a father who was a veteran who fought in the Vietnam War. Meredith, come please say a few words.
My old man stood up for my clear rights.
team.
Capital in D.C. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are all standing up together. And what I've got to say today is thank you to every single last one of you for your service. As someone who has been listening, volunteered, who is standing with your family today, thank you. Stand up, one! Stand up! Stand up! Fight back! Stand up! Fight back! All of you all, stand up, fight back!
Stand up!
Fight back! Fight back!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce our next speaker. Rodney is an Air Force veteran and wants to say a few words about his story. Please give it up for Rodney.
Hello. My name is Rodney. I'm very happy and proud to be here. I'm a retired air traffic controller from Washington National Airport. 10 years of Halloween. After that, it was alleged that it was DEI that caused the accident. I was second generation air traffic controller. My dad was one of the first black Americans hired by the FAA in 1963. He later went on to become a big person back manager. And it wasn't DEI that got us where we were. U.S. Air Force. Fight back, aim high.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
All right, I want to bring my next speaker up. Our next speaker is going to be Chris. Chris is a veteran. He was in the National Guard. He was active duty in
From the
Iraq.
signal chat. Hey, I recognized your jacket. My husband has the sign of the picture. I just wanted to put a face with a face.
Speak into the mic.
Oh, okay, cool, good. Make sure that.
Everybody working at the VA, you're a godsend. You know, when you're down there at the VA, you see stories, so many different guys.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Yourself, just sitting there waiting for your time to be seen. One of the things that really stood out to me when I go to the VA, we talk about our ailments and stuff like that. Very rarely do we talk about the moral injuries that we as veterans have suffered and are suffering quietly with, you know, because of the illegal wars that we've been in, you know, since Vietnam, okay? And, you know, some of us here might have PTSD, and there's another syndrome out there that's very relatively talked about. It's perpetrator-induced traumatic stress. Now what happened to us is what we did to them. Okay? I love our veterans, but I love those people too. We are in Iraq, or whether you're in Vietnam or Afghanistan, those poor children. I had 4 little kids at home, and the day I almost shot a child in Iraq is the day I knew I was in the wrong place and I made the wrong decision. The elephant in the room, folks, we are an empire. America genocided the Native Americans in this country, 300 years of a slave economy. We're living it right now. We have to talk about it because we are an empire and these wars will continue. We have to address our past. Okay? And of course, the VA is only going to continue to need resources if we don't address what's happening in front of us right now. It does not matter who is in the Oval Office, folks. We all know that. We've been out here the last year protesting what's going on in Gaza, in genocide here. And it doesn't matter who is in office. Okay? I'm a little pissed. I hope I love you all.
person I want to introduce you to is a woman veteran named Katrina. Katrina is a Navy veteran. Please give a round of applause for Katrina.
What's up, veterans? Everybody doing today? My name is Katrina. I served in the United States Navy. Basically, the average American on board the sea has never I want to let you know, when I served, I joined the Navy late in life. I was 29 years old. I had 2 kids, elementary school kids, that I left. At 29 years old, my children eventually were able to come with me. But when I swore in on 29 years old, my birthday, when I was 29 years old. And I'm going to tell you, I could outrun any of them. And plus their paper, help them pass their PTE. My mother spent 20 years working for the United States Navy in San Diego, California. She took care of Marines at MCRG San Diego. She worked at the Naval Amphibious Base in Coronado, California. My mother retired working for the United States Navy. My brother is a served.
You know the old man walking his own clock.
My ex-husband was a Navy, a Marine, and he was a Navy sailor. So I have families that served this country, and Donald Trump and his punk ass can't touch us. Elon Musk and his ass can't touch us. He cannot even have a naturalization in America because he owns his visa. They should have kept his ass out a long time ago. Do it now. Donald Trump and Melania, Donald Trump's wife, Melania, she needs to go.
Yes, she
I'm
does.
not going to leave out where it's at. So what I have to say to you is they can't take what we made possible for everybody that ever stepped in the United States. We are the ones who deserve the right for everybody in the United States of America who has ever stepped foot here and felt safe. We are the ones who made sure their rights were protected. And Donald thinks he's going to come and take ours. I don't think so. It's in effect right now. Never, ever going to stop living that old. Thank you, veterans. Win, we fight. We win.
When veterans' rights are under attack, what do we do? Fight back. When veterans' rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When the VA is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When the VA is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When the VA is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When the VA is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. Ladies and gentlemen, bring up our next speaker. I want to introduce you to a friend of mine named Satya. Satya is a nurse.
Yeah, so I called my representative to actually work professionally with sometime Matt Reeves.
Just like many of us,
He's a nice guy, but I don't think he really appreciates it because he's just like suggesting that this is normal and he just sits tight. And I'm like, that's exactly what is not. Tell me what you're doing that I should feel comfortable sitting tight, you know? But it looks like it's just hoping this will just blow over and you don't take any blowback from it. And I just don't think that's the case.
Hello everybody, my name is Satya. I'm an organizer with PSR fighting for socialism and liberation. And I'm not a veteran. I'm a nurse, but I'm here today in defense of our veterans, workers, unions, and all let them take away our rights? No! 2 million federal workers are at risk of being fired. For what crime? Trump and the billionaires want to fire 80,000 workers of the WEA. Are we going to let that happen?
No!
The bottom line, my friends, is workers have no control over our jobs. Dictatorship of the billionaires. Democracy would need real worker power. Did VA workers get a vote on any of the changes that were going to happen? No. VA and services for friends are already understaffed, underfunded. Tens of thousands of veterans in this country experience homelessness on a daily basis. In the richest country in the world, that's a shame and unacceptable. They send us abroad, saying that we're over there to democracy and human rights. And I want to ask these politicians in Congress and the billionaires that they serve, where is the democracy here and where are the human rights here for all of us in this country? Poor working class people in this country are being sent abroad to kill people just like us in those countries. And that needs to end today. This is a war on veterans and workers across different sectors. And this is about government efficiency. That is a lie. The same way they lied to us about Korea, about Vietnam, about Iraq, about Afghanistan, about Libya, about Syria, lying to us all over again. This is about making way for privatizing all of these public services and social programs. This is about transferring the wealth, all the wealth to the bottom 99%. That's the working class. That's all of us to the top 1%, the billionaire class in this country.
Change.
And the way we should see these attacks is as attacks on our democratic rights. Rights that were fought and won in the streets by people just like us. And the far right of this country wants to undo all the progress using the labor movement in the 30s and the civil rights movement in the 60s and 70s. They want to crush our unions. We're going to let them?
No!
The two-party system in this country is a system of endless war. Both parties, both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, are complicit. Money for housing, education, and health care for all. Not endless war for profits. None of us, but nations and the billionaires. So, sisters and brothers, our enemies are not in China, they're not in Russia, they're not in the Middle East, they're in the White House, in the Congress, who these politicians of both parties serve. So what do we need to do? What do we need to do in this moment? We need to take back our power. We need back. Millions of us, but only a few of them. So we need to unite across gender, across nationality. We need to unite and fight back. And it's not this or that politician that makes change. It's the organization and the mobilization of workers like us, unions, women, immigrants, students, veterans, the unemployed, the homeless, all of us who are under attack. We make the change happen. To build mass mistakes, we need to build a mass movement, not only to defend our rights, but to expand our rights. We're gonna take it all. When veterans are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When veterans are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up and fight back.
When
Stand up and fight back. Stand up and fight back. Stand up and fight back.
Thank you, Satya. It's very important that we remember we need to stay unified. We may have all sorts of different backgrounds and we came from different places, but we are all unified in action. We are unified in principles. We understand for the same values that we were grown up to believe were the actual case in this country. Before I bring up our next speaker, I want to give you a quick reminder about what unity looks like in our history. We have always seen that the working people, when they come together, they are stronger when they are united or when they're fighting each other. Let's go back to the Civil War. When the Union was trying to conquer the Confederacy, Abraham Lincoln knew that they could not make any headway unless the slaves were free. It was after 1863, when slaves were free and they joined in ranks of the Union Army, that they crushed the Confederacy.
Yes.
A unified military force was always more stronger in any battlefield. If we look at World War II, the black military soldiers who were trying to fight in World War II, they realized the contradiction in their society. That they go home and they're segregated in their own houses, in their own public spaces. But when they have to join the military, they're fighting for the same principles of democracy and freedom and liberty.
Yes.
But it was because of the unity of the black soldiers who came together and forced the people in the White House to merge the military so that it became desegregated.
Yes.
And this happened in the 1940s before the Civil Rights Movement.
Yes.
We have to know our history. It's actually this movement that helped stimulate the militancy of the Civil Rights Movement a decade later. It's the Freedom Rides in the South, right where we're standing. The first Freedom Rides was in 1947. It was called the Journey to Reconciliation, and it was done by people of color and white veterans.
Yes.
They would challenge the status quo, which was segregation and Jim Crow in the South.
Yes.
We have to remember those voices of Eric and Katrina and Rodney who spoke about the injustices done because of where they came from. Over 25% or 25% of our veterans are black and Latino and people of color. And in fact, 12% of the black veterans, they represent 12%, and they are 50% more likely to be homeless. Shame! That is a shame! So in 2003, upon the Iraq War, under the Bush administration, there was a new organization that came about. It was an organization that realized we needed to continue the movements of those veterans and the soldiers and all the workers who come together, because when they realize they're stronger and they're more unified together, there's nothing that can destroy them. We like to say when the people are united, they can never be defeated. So in 2004, a new organization was created. It was an organization that was founded of veterans, of workers, of students, of intellectuals. It was called Act Now to Stop Racism and End War. Excuse me. Act Now to Stop War and End Racism. And it's called ANSWER, the ANSWER Coalition, ANSWER. Act Now to Stop and End Racism. I want to introduce you to our last speaker. Esteban is a member of the ANSWER Coalition, and he's also a worker here in Atlanta, Georgia. So please give a round of applause for Esteban Hernandez.
How y'all doing?
All right.
So, you remember Hurricane Helene?
Yeah.
This was a massive hurricane. So big that it spanned the entire state of Georgia from the top to the bottom. And after the hurricane, thousands
and thousands of people lost their homes flooding up in western North Carolina. And so down here, we organized caravans of supplies to bring up there. We brought water, Navy supplies, food, gas for generators, and we were going door to door. And then we went to a hotel. And guess who we found at that hotel? We found veterans. 200 veterans, in fact, who were already poor and facing homelessness. They were living in a shared housing complex in Asheville. And after the flood, they lost their house, they lost their belongings, they lost their documents, they lost their pets, and some of them lost other loved ones. And so after they lost their housing, FEMA put them in this hotel in terrible conditions. There were 3 veterans per room with only 2 beds, but they couldn't even use the shower because the water was contaminated. So they couldn't brush their teeth in the sink. The food was cold and bland, and they had nowhere to go. And so they felt abandoned.
I ain't got that much energy.
And that was the experience they had as veterans after going to fight for this country. And on top of all of that, they were deemed ineligible for relief. After losing everything, they couldn't get any aid to get back on their feet. And we paid him all that money in our tax dollars. So how come the people who need it most won't get it? And we discussed, we talked about their stories, and we asked the question, what were these wars for? What was Iraq for? What was Afghanistan for? It sure as shit wasn't for them.
Amen.
And I don't have to explain that to all of you. But we have to ask that question, what were these wars for? They say we're going abroad to fight for other people. Well, that's a crock of shit. When are we going to fight for ourselves? The problem isn't these other countries, it's Donald Trump. The problem isn't these other countries, it's these billionaires who control politics. But like Mike said on the other side of the street, he reminded me of the bonus army. Y'all know the bonus army? In World War I, veterans didn't get their bonuses that they were promised after the war. So they created a movement called the Army, and they marched on Washington, D.C., and they occupied it. And they built a movement across the country where veterans came together and non-veterans and fought for their rights. We have to that movement today. We can't take this line down. We have to fight for our children and our families. If we don't do it, no one's going to fight for us. So if you want to fight, let's get organized. If you want to share your contact with me, let's talk. Let's make more protests. Let's make this country ungovernable. When veterans' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up and fight back.
Veterans' rights are under attack.
Stand up and fight back.
When veterans' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up and fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up and fight back.
Thank you.
Esteban is absolutely right. I don't want anyone to leave here today unless they are part of an organization. Just like when you're in the military, you understand we're stronger together than when you're divided. The military is a highly advanced, complex organization. There's no reason that people can't have their own organizations, right? So please join us today. There are many organizations out here. The last speaker I want to bring up today is another veteran. His name is Tim. Tim is a veteran of the Navy, so please give a round of applause for the last speaker.
Hey, so if anybody really knows me, I'm a really introverted person. I'm very nice, but I'm very kind of thoughtful. So me So I'm nervous, but I'm gonna go get through it. I've been saying the same thing since 2015. That Trump is a liar. I've been saying that he's a con man. I've been saying this when the day that he was not 81 in 2016. I had an Asian girl cry, and she was like, "This is the worst thing," and my rating was down. Anybody does Uber knows you have an opinion, it goes down. So I say to say that we've all known that we're dealing with a conflict, and I just understand how people got fooled this time. But the only way that we can prevent this from happening is if we continue to tell people and alert people, because the AI bots will eventually wipe out all of the past information. And I've seen this with my own eyes, where I would look at a post, and within 2 hours, all of a sudden it's like a Chinese cover-up where it's like some Chinese little girl is painting a picture. So I say this saying that the information, when you watch the news, if there's a way that you can report it, it might be best, because if you don't, the way our bit is working right now is more of a coon shit, meaning that we have a person who is a school brat working with a felon. So I don't know how this man can be president, but somebody with aggravated assault can't even work at McDonald's. How is it that he can be president while you can't even work at Walmart with a felony? It's crazy. Amen. So what I'm telling everyone to do, I have a playlist that I've been doing called Food for Thoughts. Maybe Food for Thoughts, I'm bringing up these important issues every day, and anybody can add to the playlist. And it's just like, the only real reason I'm doing it is because, again, when I talk to my nephew, I talk to my family's older brother, ignorant as fuck. Ignorant as fuck! And I say that because it makes me mad that they actually kind of agree with what Trump is doing. And it is upsetting to me that they're voting in their best interest. And we know that this man don't give a dang about nobody. Right? He doesn't care about nobody but the Elon. He cares about the Bill Gates and all the rich people. And all our hard-earned money is going to them. Instead of them looking to help us out, all they're going to do is destroy the system. So I guess like the weekend after he was inaugurated, that's when he knocked out all the funding. So that was done intentionally to make Biden look bad. And until people outside of us, we know this, until everyone kind of acknowledges the plot, they're going to make it seem like Biden's horrible, but 46,000 or 47,000 deal down, and now it's at 41,000 in less than 50 days or 55 days. And my thing is, I'm not really a Democrat. I just want somebody who cares about people. And if you care about people, and I will try to be there. If you notice, I'm always reporting. I'm always trying to spread this information, because see that we don't have no big news out here. None of them. ABC, MSN, of course, Fox ain't gonna show up. But long story short, we have the people, and through different forms of social media, we can actually spread this information. Now, when we talk about platforms like X, we know we can't put on X, but we can put it on anything else but X. So I really am very encouraged that I see so many people outside me that pissed the fuck off. Because I'm pissed off. Every day I wake up and I'm pissed off. Because I'm sitting here looking at the fact that the VA and FAA, because I am a travel lover, that is one thing that I am known for. I am used to getting on planes on a regular basis. I go on a plane trip at least 3 times a month. And I have been on no planes since January 20th, because after that incident that happened in DC and Reagan, y'all remember that those things, right? There was another incident that happened like yesterday, where it is literally smoke coming out of a plane. Now the thing is, if you notice, it's all of these major big companies. That means that there's something about their technology that's off. And the fact that the FAA is not regulating all of our safety, that means what happens if that plane starts smoking up in midair? They ain't got no parachutes in everybody. So until we actually get this man, Elon out, the biggest. We need Trump out because he's in a sense, like she said, he's a traitor. We know this by his actions. Anybody who purposely messes up the CDC, FAA, then you go for the VA, then USA.
All of them.
Oh man, don't get me started on education. 10+ year teacher. And
Education.
Now, education blows my blood because Alabama is one of the lowest ranking states, and you're giving them all the ability to create their own itinerary, knowing that they have been, come on now. What I'm saying is, a national, when we stand together, we're stronger. They're trying to divide everybody. Every state divided is weaker. If we have all the states the same kind of thought process when it comes to education, we'll be better. Our kids will be better. Infrastructure. All of this stuff that we see right here, these buildings, if it wasn't for people who actually sacrificed and put their whole life into it and were smarter than us, there's going to be disappearing. Right now, when we actually think about the nepotism that's going on, it's going down, man. So I just encourage everyone to keep showing up and keep fighting and make sure that your voice is heard. I really appreciate your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up one more. He's a veteran. He was employed over.
I don't do that much.
He wants to say something very important for you, something that I think you will all understand. Please give a warm applause to Mitch.
Hi, field auxiliary officer, VMI grad. My name's Ben, VMI grad, field auxiliary officer. I was back in 2003 and 2005. I want to piggyback a little bit on something that Chris said, specifically PTSD, moral injury, from the things that we did to people, the inhumanity that we saw. And we were all, I think, went in there with the right intention. We wanted to do good, we wanted to fight for our countries. We ended up doing horrible things to people because that's what the training told us to do. I feel like that gives us a unique perspective right now, something that most Americans can't see. As we watch what Trump is doing, the thing that troubled me the most was him replacing the top generals with his loyalists and getting rid of the JAG officers. The JAG officers gave 65 commanders to break the law.
Yes.
Right? The law being the Constitution. That scares the shit out of me.
Amen.
You know, the only thing to stop shooting at BLM protesters during his first term was Mark Milley stood up to him. Now that the top generals are being replaced, it's going to rely on lower and lower people. It's going to be 06s, 05s, 04s that are going to tell their bosses, no, I'm not going to do that. The lower you go, the harder it is to do. If you still have friends in the service, have those conversations with them. Ask them, what line do you stop at? Because it's not going to be one line. They're not going to say something like break the law. You're going to get closer and closer and closer to it. And it's going to be harder and harder to say no. And that should be scaring all of y'all. That's the discussion we need to have.
Amen.
That's what people need to explain to people that haven't served, that don't realize this is happening right in front of us.
I want to piggyback on what this gentleman just said. My name is Scott. I served for 20 years in the United States Army. Started in 1998. Went to Iraq and Afghanistan and other places as an infantry leader. And I was at the pointing end of the spear on behalf of you and my family and everything else in this country. And I didn't ask why, I just went and did what I was told to do. Now I'm retired. And I used the VA. The VA has helped me out a lot. And I don't want to lose the VA. But the most troubling thing that I had to do recently is I have an 18-year-old son who's graduating high school this year. And he is joining the Army. He wants me. And I had to tell him, I don't think it's such a good idea. Now, my father was in the Army and fought in the Vietnam War. He never told me.
After this,
He
it's
just
like,
told me to be careful, watch your six, and
I was
have good
wrong,
friends,
don't do that.
and make good choices.
Hard, because it's like,
I have to tell my son, I don't want you to be an infantryman. I want you to do something else. I want you to do something that's not in the line of fire. He's going to become a paralegal in the Army. That made me very happy. But also, we're seeing that the Jags are being fired. So what does a father do? How does a father talk to his son? How does a proud former soldier, retired soldier, talk to their children about choosing a path, an honorable path for our country? And then who's left to join if people like us don't join? If people who have no morals and no values join and they'll follow those orders that are given, those unlawful orders to shoot in crowds like this and to do bad to good people. See, we went overseas and we did bad things to bad people, and that felt okay. Moral injury does factor in when good people get in the middle, and we have to live with that. And that is why we need the VA. We need to be able to go see payroll health providers. We need to be able to call on the VA to support us when we need help. I have had 8 former colleagues commit suicide since I've left service. 8 strong infantrymen. One of them was a ranger. Not a weak person. He needed that help. He didn't get it. I'm here today to support the VA, but supporting these kinds of things also means supporting our LGBT community. Supported because we got to stand up for those who are minority groups, people who don't have the numbers in this country. I'm a white guy, obviously. I'm not targeted. I live in a rural county. I don't get targeted. I'm a straight guy. I'm targeted. But I worry about my friends who aren't like me. They do get targeted. They'll come for you. They'll come for me simply because I stand up and speak my mind. But when they come for me, they got another damn thing coming. I ain't afraid to fight. And I ain't scared to fight. So they better fix the stuff in houses like this. They better fix it where gentlemen and gentleladies can have conversations before we have to fix it on the street. Because if we have to fix it on, they done mess with the wrong people. When Trump says get back, we say fight back. When Trump says get back, we say back. We say fight back. We say fight back. He is absolutely correct. I don't have to remind you, but I want to reiterate that we are always stronger together. And I can tell you that people are extremely scared of a united veteran community because they know that you are fighting for every single day.
Oh, no. I was getting back.
So please wake up every day and remember that you are more powerful in a organization, something in a unified force than you are individually, maybe online, on social media, making comments that maybe a couple people see. But I can tell you for sure that the people in this country who are going to take over our country are extremely scared of you because we have the numbers.
They were all like pumped up.
Our closing statement. Give it up for our grandfather of a 30-year veteran named Vision Bear.
Welcome, fellow Americans. I wanted to say something that's very important. There are a lot of fear out there. I talk to a lot of people here in this audience. Now is the time to give people a message to wake up and be afraid. Because that's what the news does. That's what people do when their parents are upset and scared. They tell them, oh, he's not going to do what he says. No good human beings would do that. This is the thing. We have to change from being afraid. Our message has to be anger. Anger! Anger! We have to say, hey! 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 For it is the vibration of resistance
that gives us the power to overcome.
Well, actually, it's live right now.
We had to overcome nearly 500 years of repression. It is our daily struggle. And now it's everyone's daily struggle. Because this kind of what we call spirit, this spirit that has impacted the world must not take over. Right?
Hey!
That means it's a blessing to all people, all human beings, all our relations. We owe it to all the animals that are in the sky, in the water, and on the ground. We owe it to be their protectors as well. When they are healthy, we are healthy. When they are happy, we are happy. No secret. It has just been overlooked. May Creator bless you all. May go with a good heart and a strong fist.
Thank you all for coming out. Please stick around if you want. We're just going to end the program, so please, by all means, stick around if you want. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, it's about to die. That's why.
USA! 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 USA!
I can't even call you there. You can see it's my phone.
He's over there somewhere. He's right there. Hey,
Where are you? Raise your hand.
I'm telling. Hey, this right here is live right now, so if you look at it, you'll be able to see everyone's talking.
Are you able to see all of it?
I went live for the most part to see everyone talking, so I can look back later. So you can look at it too. Huh?
Yo, cover down, line up, give me all this work. That's our minimum. Press right. Press. Ready? Cover down. Take me to the open listening. Raise your right hand. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. Officers appointed over me.
United States, the officers
In accordance with regulations, uniform code, military code. No help needed. Hand. Color. Ready?
Ready? Yeah. Appreciate you.
Always out here for a fellow sailor.
Okay. Yeah, I got this recording, so got you.
Nice.
My thing is I kind of want DC